Welcome to the deep dive.
Yeah.
If you missed last night in Major League Baseball, wow, you missed quite a night. Just a masterclass in drama, dominance, and those edge-of-your-seat finishes that make you remember why you love this game.
Oh, absolutely. It really was a full slate, wasn't it? Everything a baseball fan could possibly ask for.
Yeah, dominant pitching, offense is just exploding.
And those nail-biters right down to the wire. You know, what's really fascinating now as we push deeper into September is just how much every single play, every pitch carries this immense weight.
It really does. The playoff races aren't just heating up.
They're boiling over, and you're seeing teams, well, you're seeing their true character come out.
And that's really our mission for this deep dive. We're not just going to rattle off scores. We want to, pull back the curtain a bit on the stories behind those numbers.
Exactly. Analyzing the games that genuinely shaped the landscape last night.
Yeah, trying to pull out the most important nuggets of insight for you. The stuff that helps you understand not just what happened, but why it actually matters.
Right. And we've got some really interesting contrasts to unpack today. I mean, think about a Cy Young frontrunner, a guy who's been dominant,
Yeah.
suddenly faltering under pressure. And then you flip the coin and you've got a team sweeping a doubleheader, just showing incredible resilience. It was a night that just perfectly captured that glorious unpredictability of baseball. Gave us a lot to talk about.
Okay, let's dive in then. First major story, let's go to Pittsburgh. The Chicago Cubs made a huge statement there, winning 4-1 over the Pirates.
Big win for them. Puts them right on the cusp of a playoff spot.
It really does. But the big story, for me anyway, was the, surprisingly early exit of Paul Skeens. Pirates ace. NL Cy Young frontrunner.
Yeah, uncharacteristic is putting it mildly. He got roughed up.
He really did. Michael Busch set the tone right away, leadoff homer. And the Cubs just kept the pressure on. Some really timely hitting, Nico Hoerner especially. What did you see from Skeens? Why was this so different from, his usual dominance?
Well, what's really insightful here, I think, isn't just that Skeens had a bad outing. It's how the Cubs did it. They basically laid out a blueprint. For a pitcher like him, who usually just blows hitters away with that fastball, right? The Cubs showed amazing plate discipline. They weren't just up there hacking.
Right, they were selective.
Exactly. They were hunting specific pitches. They made him throw his secondary stuff early in counts. Then they made him work deep counts, fouling pitches off.
Neutralizing the heater.
Precisely. They didn't chase it out of the zone. So his pitch count just shot up early, completely disrupted his rhythm. That's why he had such a short outing. It's a huge psychological win for the Cubs,
Yeah.
It signals they're not just hot, they're smart.
Right.
They're ready for that October chess match. And hey, let's not forget Cade Horton.
The rookie pitcher.
He keeps making his case for Rookie of the Year, doesn't he? Just navigated that Pirates lineup really well, limited them to one run. Great mix of pitches.
So the Cubs kind of exploited a rare weakness, and Horton stepped up.
That's it. For Skeens, now the pressure's on. He needs to show this was just a blip, Because an outing like this, opponents remember that.
That's a fantastic point about the Cubs' approach.
Yeah.
Smart baseball. Okay, let's shift gears. Different kind of dominance, the Atlanta Braves. They absolutely rolled in that doubleheader against the Nats.
Yeah, swept them both, 11-3 and 6-3.
That first game was just an onslaught. The Braves lineup looked like they were just feasting.
Sound of feast, yeah.
The second game was tighter, but they still got the W. How did these two different wins kind of showcase their depth and resilience, especially playing two?
Well, if you connect this to the bigger picture, right, these wins really show Atlanta's whole offensive philosophy. Just relentless pressure. Doesn't matter the situation, doesn't matter the pitcher. Game one, they jumped on mistakes early, turned them into a flood of runs, extra base hits, timely singles. Just a clinic in capitalizing. That 11-3 score wasn't just homers. It was stringing together quality at-bats, making the Nats pitching uncomfortable. But game two, that's where you saw the grit. After a rain delay, they had to reset, adapt. It wasn't the same fireworks early on,
Right.
but they manufactured runs, got key hits with runners in scoring position, stayed focused, winning a blowout and grinding out a closer game same day, same team, especially after a delay. That speaks volumes.
Mental toughness.
Exactly. Mental toughness and lineup depth. It really does highlight that gulf, between a team like Atlanta, built for October, and a team like Washington that's still rebuilding.
That really is the mark of a great team, isn't it? Winning in different ways.
Yeah.
Okay, from fireworks to something much tenser, the Blue Jays pulled out a nail-biter, 2-1 over the Rays.
Oof. Yeah. Classic pitcher's duel.
Totally. Defined by great pitching on both sides and really just a couple of clutch moments making the difference. What was the critical factor in a game where every pitch felt huge?
Execution. Plain and simple. Especially for Toronto, who, let's be honest, have been a bit inconsistent there this year. Their starter was great, worked deep, limited hard contact, but the real separator. They got the key hit when it mattered most, drove in that run from scoring position in a huge spot, didn't leave him stranded.
Those are the moments.
Those are the moments that define playoff teams. And for the Rays, this was a significant hit, a real gut punch to their playoff hopes.
Yeah, you could feel that.
They had chances, left guys on base in big spots, just couldn't get that one hit to break through. Those close losses, they sting the most because they show you couldn't execute when it counted. That can end your season right there.
So a massive boost for the Jays' division hopes then.
Huge boost. Puts pressure on their rivals, proves they can win these tight ones.
You can just feel that tension. And then you had the Baltimore Orioles, just quietly, consistently getting it done.
Yep. Another win, 4-1 over the White Sox.
Hard-fought win, too.
Yeah.
And it really showed their ability to get contributions from, well, everyone. Up and down the lineup. No need for one guy to carry them.
And that right there, that frames this quiet but really powerful statement about the Orioles' consistency, their whole approach.
How so?
Well, great teams, they just take care of business against opponents they should beat, right? And the Orioles do that beautifully. It's not always flashy.
No highlight reels needed every night.
Exactly. It's solid starting pitching, 5-6 strong innings, a reliable bullpen, and a lineup where, the 7th or 8th hitter can hurt you just as much as the cleanup guy.
Balance.
Very balanced. That win over the White Sox wasn't flashy, but it was fundamentally sound. Those wins add up. For the White Sox, okay, it's a loss, but you saw some flashes, right? Some decent defense, some fight from the young guys, small glimmers for a rebuilding team.
True, but the Orioles are just sending a message they aren't backing down.
Not at all.
Okay, now here's where it gets really interesting. A genuine shocker. The New York Yankees offense, highest scoring team in the AL, went completely cold.
Yeah.
Shutout 7-0 by the Minnesota Twins. You just don't see that happen to this Yankees team very often.
Nope, it's rare.
And you have to give massive credit to the Twins pitcher, Simeon Woods Richardson. He just silenced them. Career-high strikeouts, dominant from the start. How on earth did he do it?
Well, this raises a really important point, doesn't it? It's a reminder that even the best, most powerful lineups are vulnerable, especially against a pitcher who just executes a brilliant game plan.
So it wasn't just him being hot.
Oh, it was more than that. Woods Richardson didn't just dominate. He crafted a strategic masterpiece. He knew the Yankees are aggressive, right? Especially against fastballs. So what did he do? He leaned heavily on his off-speed stuff. That nasty slider, the deceptive changeup. He kept burying them low and away, made those power hitters chase pitches out of the zone.
So he didn't challenge them where they wanted it.
Exactly. He wasn't feeding them pitches they could launch. He was inducing weak contact, getting swings and misses by making them expand the zone. It was a clinic in scouting and execution. And that loss, especially in a key series against a team like the Twins fighting for their playoff lives, that puts huge pressure on the Yankees to regroup fast.
And for the Twins.
Massive morale boost, shows they can hang with the best, gives them a blueprint for how to beat these top-tier offenses. Critical win.
That's fascinating. Really breaks down how you neutralize power. Okay, over in Cincinnati, fireworks again. The Reds exploded for 11 runs, beat the Cardinals 11-6.
Yeah, the Reds' offense, which can be streaky,
Very streaky.
was definitely firing on all cylinders last night. Young talent, power potential on display, high-scoring game, back and forth for a bit, but the Reds pulled away.
What does a game like that mean for a team like Cincy, still kind of clinging to faint playoff hopes?
Well, it keeps those hopes flickering, right? And it's just a perfect example of how baseball is so unpredictable, so momentum-driven.
One night a duel, the next a slugfest.
Exactly. For the Reds, it was their young guys showing what they can do when it all clicks. Speed, timely power, that energy. They attacked early, ran the bases hard, strung together rallies the Cardinals just couldn't stop.
And for St. Louis.
Oof. This loss really dampens their own hopes, and it highlights pretty starkly their need for more consistent pitching. Especially the bullpen. They couldn't stop the bleeding once the Reds got going. In September, every run you give up feels like 2.
Yeah, the pressure's immense.
It was a roller coaster, that game, but for the Reds, a much-needed shot of confidence. They can still put up a fight.
And nothing beats rivalry drama. Lone Star State showdown delivered.
Yeah.
Astros held on to beat the Rangers 6-3.
Classic rivalry game, yeah. Houston jumped out early.
They did. And Texas tried to make a run late, but the Astros bullpen shut the door. How crucial was that win for Houston with the division and wild card races so tight?
Oh, profoundly crucial. You can't overstate it. Connect it to the bigger picture. It keeps them right there in the division race with a direct rival. And it creates some breathing room, some vital distance between them and the Rangers in that crowded wild card mess.
That early lead was key then.
Absolutely. Set the tone, ease the pressure on their own pitching, forced the Rangers into catch-up mode. Now, credit to Texas, they didn't quit.
No, they battled back, made it tense.
Super tense final innings. But Houston's bullpen, which has had some shaky moments lately, they held firm when it mattered. Showed that October resilience you need. That rivalry is definitely one to watch down the stretch. Every pitch feels huge.
You could just feel the weight of those last few outs. Okay, now for some real heart-stopping stuff. Arizona Diamondbacks. Dramatic comeback win, 8-1 over the Giants.
Wow, yeah, that was something.
They fell behind early. Looked like maybe it wasn't their night, and then bam. 8 unanswered runs, incredible victory. What does a comeback like that say about a team's character, especially one in such a tight race?
It says everything about their resilience, doesn't it? That ability to fight back, that quality is just invaluable when you're scratching and clawing for a playoff spot.
Getting down early like that can be killer.
Totally demoralizing, especially against a division rival. A lesser team might have just folded right there. But the D-backs, they just chipped away. Inning by inning, it wasn't one big swing.
No, it felt like steady pressure.
Exactly. Quality at bats, putting guys on, eventually breaking through against that Giants bullpen. That kind of grit, it sends a clear message. We are not an easy out. You can never count us out.
And for the Giants.
They'll be kicking themselves, relying on the bullpen, had a lead, let it slip away. Those are the losses that haunt you. But for Arizona, monumental confidence builder. Not just a win.
That's the kind of win that really fuels belief. Okay, finally, let's head to L.A. Thrilling game there. The Philadelphia Phillies clinched a playoff spot with a huge 6-5 win over the Dodgers.
Huge win. What a place to clinch it.
Right. Game of dramatic swings. Phillies rallied late to get it done. What's the significance of clinching against a team like the Dodgers, and what does it tell us about this Phillies team?
Well, first off, it's the ultimate payoff, right? For a whole season of hard work and honestly just pure tenacity from this Phillies team.
And a battle.
They really have. Their ability to come back against a team as strong as the Dodgers in their ballpark, that speaks volumes about their grit, their determination. They've dealt with injuries, slumps, tough competition all year. But they just keep showing that never say die attitude.
Okay.
Their season's been tough, resilient. They're never out of the fight. And clinching against LA, that's not just about securing the spot. It's a statement.
What kind of statement?
It tells the rest of the league, and maybe more importantly, it tells themselves, we can beat anyone, anywhere. Sets the stage nicely for a potential deep run in October.
It's that classic baseball reminder, isn't it? No lead is safe.
Never safe. No game is over till the final out. This Phillies team, they seem ready.
Wow. What a night of baseball, seriously. These results, they're so much more than just numbers on a scoreboard, aren't they? They're like clear signals of where we stand as the season winds down.
Absolutely. You saw it all last night. Momentum shifts, teams showing incredible resilience, even the strongest looking vulnerable sometimes.
And just that wild unpredictability of playoff race baseball.
Yeah. From the Cubs' smarts against Skeens, the Braves' depth, the Blue Jays' clutch hitting, the Orioles just being relentlessly solid.
The Twins shocking the Yankees, the Reds' explosion, the Astros holding on, the D-backs comeback.
And the Phillies clinching with pure grit. Last night gave us a complete picture. Teams peaking, teams faltering, teams fighting for their lives. Every game just painted another vital piece onto that big playoff canvas. It was, well, it was glorious.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener, as you look ahead of these final weeks? It means every single game from here on out carries massive weight, not just for the teams playing, but for that whole playoff picture.
Every night matters now.
It really does. So as October gets closer, here's something for you to think about. What surprising team, or maybe a player performance we didn't even get to tonight, is going to emerge in these final weeks and really define this stretch run? And maybe even what unwritten rule of baseball might get bent or maybe just shattered in that relentless, desperate chase for a championship is going to be a truly wild ride to the finish line.